Okay, so I'm going to read the rest of chapter 4. Miss Pigeon is going to give the role of Squanto in the play to the child who can get a room mother for the class. Okay, they're still looking for a room mother. An hour later, after lunch, the second graders were learning one of the songs for the Thanksgiving pageant. It was a complicated song that Miss Pigeon herself had written. The Pilgrims sang half and the Native Americans sang half. The song was about food. Succotash, lima, beans, and corn. Miss Pigeon played the notes on the piano and sang the words. To the tune of Jingle Bells, she explained. Ready, Native Americans? This is your part. Try it with me. 11 children, including Gooney Bird Green, sang the succotash lines. Now, Pilgrims, listen to your part, just like the next 2 lines of Jingle Bells. Miss Pigeon played and sang. Thank you for the vegetables on this Thanksgiving morn, the Pilgrims sang loudly. Now, the next verse is about the turkey. Native Americans, ready to listen carefully? Gooney Bird Green raised her hand. Does Squanto sing with the Native Americans? She asked. No, actually, while the Pilgrims and Native Americans are singing, Squanto will be carrying the food across the stage. Perhaps Squanto will do some sort of dance. I haven't worked out the details yet. Beanie, standing with the Pilgrims, raised her hand. I take ballet lessons. Maybe I could be... But Miss Pigeon shook her head. Not ballet, Beanie, she said. They didn't have ballet in Plymouth. All right, class, let's play. Pay careful attention to the next part. Still to the tune of Jingle Bells. Remember, gobble, gobble, here it comes, turkey roasted brown. She played the melody on the piano while she sang the words. Then the 11 Native Americans sang it after her. And here they are rehearsing. They're learning the song. I hope you can see that okay. Mrs. Pigeon, may I be excused? Gooney Bird asked politely. I need to be excused. Miss Pigeon paused with her hands on the piano keys. Is this a seriously urgent need, she asked. Yes, said Gooney Bird. All right then, be quick. Gooney Bird slipped out of the classroom while Miss Pigeon sang on. Thank you, noble Squanto, you may set the platter down. The children were still singing and passing imaginary helpings of food around when Gooney Bird returned a few minutes later. Announcement, Gooney Bird said in a loud voice. Important announcement. Mrs. Pigeon stopped playing the piano. The room became quiet. All of the children knew that when Gooney Bird had an announcement to make, it was worth listening to. I am Squanto, Gooney Bird announced. But, Mrs. Pigeon began. I got us a room mother, Gooney Bird said proudly. Miss Pigeon clapped her hands. But how? She asked. Simple phone call. They let me use the telephone in the office. I told Muriel Holloway it was an emergency. Mrs. Pigeon frowned slightly. Well, she said, it was beginning to feel like an emergency, actually. So now I'm Squanto, right? Well, wait, Gooney Bird, you haven't told us who your room mother is. I'll write it down, Gooney Bird Green said, and she went to the board and picked up the chalk. Class, she said, get out your dictionaries. She wrote a word very carefully on the board at the end of the list. The word she wrote was incognito. Can you say that? Incognito. This is our room mother's name, she said. Now, incognito really isn't a name, but I think it's like a clue. And I wrote it. I don't think you can see my board. Let me turn it. There it is. Incognito. And here's the other words we have learned in this book. Ennui, indefatigable, cajole, and incognito. Don't worry. If you don't remember what they mean, we will review. Thank you for listening. Give me a like.